The sun fell in love with the moon, but the moon didn't care about him at all. Then, the sun suddenly shed a tear out of sadness. To everyone's surprise, the tear fell rapidly toward the earth. After that, it crashed into the ground and made a big hole. Finally, it turned into a human form. The sun got up and looked at everything in front of him. He felt curious all of a sudden. But at that moment, a loud noise reached the sun's ears. So, he curiously parted the bushes and saw that it was the moon, who he loved deeply, and she had also turned into a human form. At this moment, the moon woke up and was startled to see the cheerful sun in front of her. The sun reached out to help the moon get up. But as soon as the moon touched the sun's hand, she was immediately burned by the sun's heat. The sun felt guilty and quickly came up with a solution. Then, the sun picked up an unripe green apple. The moon watched as the sun used his hands to ripen the apple into a red one. After that, he happily gave the apple to the moon. The moon became cheerful at the sight, but the sun's hand grew dim. Before long, it suddenly started to rain heavily. The sun was scared and hurriedly tried to hide. The moon quickly found a huge lotus leaf to shelter the sun from the wind and rain. So, the sun smiled, and the moon smiled along with him. Time flew by and winter arrived. The sun found a large piece of tree bark and used it as a sled. Then, the sun took the moon for a ride on the snowy ground. But soon after, they fell to the ground. However, they were still very happy. As time went on, they came to a cliff. So, the sun immediately used his energy to grow a vine. But unexpectedly, the sun's arm grew dimmer and dimmer. The moon happily walked ahead, but at that moment, the sun fell off the cliff. Suddenly, the moon saw darkness covering the earth and realized that the sun was gone. She quickly looked for the sun and was lucky to find him at the bottom of the cliff. She rushed toward him, but at that moment, the sun's energy was rapidly fading. The moon felt very sad when she got to the sun and held him tightly in her arms, crying. But to everyone's surprise, as a beam of light fell on them, the sun came back to life. Then, they happily laughed together. Suddenly, they flew up into the sky and merged into one. This is how eclipses began.